Blessings, sweet ones. This is Smadar from Song of Stones, and I'm here continuing to show you obsidian stones. This particular one is velvet obsidian, and these are raw. These are very raw. You can see the natural, soft, rough outside, the outer core of the obsidian. And there are some that have some chips which allow you to see inside. And it gives you a little glimpse of what velvet obsidian looks like, but really nothing compared to what it looks like when it's polished. I've never actually had a polished piece, but I've seen them, and there's a reason they're called velvet obsidian. And I think that's because when they're polished, they have these beautiful green tones that kind of look like crushed velvet. If you've ever seen crushed velvet, it's kind of similar to that in appearance. So when you hold when you hold them in the dark, the ones with the chipped edge that gives you a window inside, you can see some playing of color, some really magical effects. And if I'm able to do that, if I'm able to get photos or video of that, I will definitely do it, but I'm going to need some help with that. So I'll have to wait till somebody's available to help me, because somebody's got to hold the camera and somebody's got to hold the flashlight, and we got to get it at the right angle. It's not something I think I will be able to show you on my own. So for now, maybe you can get a glimpse of the color, or maybe not. But so here's the thing. So why have a raw, rough stone when the polished version is so gorgeous and magical? And I can tell you that I'll give you my perspective. You know, you might have a different opinion as to why you'd want to do that, but I'll tell you what I feel. And that's, there is something really special about a stone that comes out of the earth that is raw and rough and pure in its form. There's going to be a different energy to it than there will be to the polished version. I mean, let's take a really simple example. So you know how it is when you are in your comfy clothes and you're just relaxing and lounging around the house. You're probably not wearing a bra. Your hair is just natural and not done up. You're just relaxed and comfortable. So think about how you feel and the energy of how you are when you're loose and comfortable. And compare that to how you are when you're dolled up to go out for the night and you're putting on fancy clothes and jewelry and your hair is done and your nails are done and you're wearing your fancy shoes and you've got your purse matches your dress and you're a picture postcard and your energy is going to be different. It's still you, it's still the same person, but you're exuding a different energy, a different vibration. So that's kind of how I look at it. It's not quite the same thing, but I think it's a good enough example for you to get an idea of what I mean. So there's purposes and and benefits to both these things. One is not necessarily better or more beautiful, even for that matter, because I look at the raw, rough stones and I see so much beauty. And somebody else, might see something different. So if you want your stone to be, polished and set in jewelry, and that's how you enjoy it, then that's perfect. And if you want your stones raw and rough, right from the earth, just as they are, no touching, no fussing, no messing, and that's also perfect. And if you're like me, there is no way that you don't like the stones. So I love them both ways. I love them when they're polished. I love them when they're raw. To me, they're as beautiful either way, and I enjoy their energy either way. And I love to explore the many facets of a stone being, and I hope that I'm giving you a little taste of that with the exploration into the different varieties of obsidian and how much magic there is in this ordinary but extraordinary stone. And if you're wanting to bring some home to play and explore like I do, get in touch. I will hook you up with the one that is singing for you. And for those of you who have never shopped at Song of Stones before, I'll tell you that sometimes I list the stones separately, but sometimes I'll list them as a group. And when I do that and a customer orders a stone, I listen. I don't just grab any stone or the one that's on top. And I'll give you an example. The other day somebody ordered a lithium crystal, and there was one just humming so beautifully for this person, and I had to take everything out of the jar that these crystals were in until I got that one stone that was singing for the person. And this is just what I do, because this I feel best honors my customers, and it best honors the stone beings, and it makes for the most perfect connection when you get your stone home and you've got the one that is singing for you. Then you're going to have such a different experience than if I had just picked a random one. And that's not to say the random one won't have a million gifts for you, because they all do. They all have many, many gifts for us. But there's just something very magical about taking about co-creating, about being in harmony and rhythm with the universe and with the stones and with my customers. It just creates magic, and And proof of that is when my customers email me and say that they're so happy with the stone that came to them, and that the stones that they get from me are their favorite stones. And it's not because I have better stones or there's more, I mean, there is more magic here maybe than other places, because that's just because I see it, because I see the magic, and I respect it. But it's not because, but the reason my customers don't find that the stones that come from them from here are so magical is because of the fact that I listen for the ones that are singing for them. I mean, if a customer has a preference and they see one and they say, I must have that one, and I have it, I will, of course, give it to them. You know, with great pleasure. But normally I will listen and I will connect with the one. So that was just a little bit of a side comment for those who have not worked with me yet. So enjoy the energy of these beautiful obsidian stones. They are so magical. I'm just hoping that you feel the gorgeousness of their energy. They're just making me so happy at the moment, being in their presence. And I wonder if that's part of their magic, and they're wanting me to share that with you. So before I go, I'll just say this about these stones, is that the reason that I'm feeling so happy is because obsidian is a reflector. It's a mirror. And there is something deep, there's a deep, beautiful vibrancy and color that is hidden beneath the surface of this crystal. A joyfulness, if you will, that is there in the true colors that can only be seen by those who know how to see them, or those who take the time to coax them out. And also, there's a joy in knowing that there are secrets hidden inside, and that you will one day see them. But for now, you see the beauty of what's on the surface. Before you go deeper, before you see more aspects and more colors and more dimensions and more levels of a being's essence. So I thought I had finished, and I guess I still had more to say, and it's actually the stones had something to say through me. And I hope it resonated with you. And otherwise, just enjoy the energy of the crystal. We send you so much love, many blessings, and lots of crystal love. See you in the group.